The movie begins with a tender moment as a man named James holds his newborn son for the very first time. The baby is unusually small, fragile even, but James looks at him with pride rather than concern. He names him Pepper, and from that moment on, the bond between father and son becomes unbreakable. As Pepper grows, he doesn't grow tall like other kids, but his heart grows larger than anyone else's. James treats him not as a fragile child, but as a best friend. They laugh together, work together, and share a closeness that makes the world feel safe, at least for a while. Pepper's older brother, London, is very different. He's strong, serious, and determined to prove himself. While Pepper stays close to his father, London trains constantly, hoping to be accepted into the army. Their mother, Emma, watches her family carefully, worried but proud. When London is rejected from military service, the disappointment cuts deep, especially when James later volunteers to go instead. That moment quietly shatters the family's balance. Pepper doesn't fully understand war, but he understands one thing clearly. His father is leaving, and that terrifies him. The night before James leaves, Pepper clings to him, afraid that something bad will happen. The next morning, the farewell is heavy with emotion. James promises he'll return, hugs Pepper tightly, and steps into the truck that takes him away. Pepper runs after it, watching until it disappears. From that moment on, something inside him changes. The world suddenly feels too big, too loud, and far too cruel for someone so small. Days later, Emma takes Pepper to see Dr. Fox, hoping to understand why he hasn't grown like other children. The doctor offers medical explanations, but Pepper overhears cruel words from others, including the doctor's own son, Freddie, who mocks him for his size. Pepper begins to feel like the world sees him as weak. Meanwhile, subtle tension grows when it becomes clear that Dr. Fox has feelings for Emma, something Pepper quietly resents. As the war drags on, Pepper saves his small allowance to buy something special for his dad, a pair of boots he knows James admired. He also buys tickets to a magic show, dreaming of watching it together when his father returns. But that dream shatters when an army officer arrives at their door with devastating news. James has been captured, and his fate is uncertain. The uncertainty hits harder than death itself. Hope becomes fragile, and fear creeps into every corner of their home. Pepper is bullied relentlessly at school, especially by Freddie, who mocks him and even destroys the boots meant for his father. When Pepper returns home in tears, Emma finally tells him the truth about James being taken prisoner. The weight of that truth crushes him. That same day, the magic show arrives, but without his father, it feels hollow. Still, Pepper goes, not knowing this moment will change his life forever. At the show, the magician unexpectedly calls Pepper onto the stage. Nervous and shaking, Pepper becomes the focus of everyone's attention. The magician encourages him to believe, to focus, and to try. Against all logic, Pepper appears to move an object using only his mind. The crowd is stunned. For the first time, people aren't laughing at him. They're amazed. Something awakens inside Pepper, a belief that maybe, just maybe, faith can do the impossible. Soon after, Pepper hears a sermon about faith the size of a mustard seed, faith strong enough to move mountains. Those words grip him deeply. He takes them literally. If faith can move mountains, then faith can bring his father home. Determined, Pepper sets out on a mission to make that belief real. Along the way, he encounters a Japanese man named Hashimoto, who lives quietly and is treated as an enemy by the town simply because of his heritage. Fear and hatred run deep in the town. People refuse to sell to Hashimoto, insult him, and blame him for the war. Even Pepper, influenced by others, initially treats him with suspicion. But when a priest challenges Pepper to turn his faith into action, he gives him a list of good deeds, acts of kindness meant to strengthen his belief. One of those tasks is to befriend Hashimoto. Pepper doesn't like it, but if it brings his father home, he's willing to try. Pepper awkwardly approaches Hashimoto, offering small gestures that are first rejected, but slowly walls begin to fall. Through shared moments, silence, and kindness, an unlikely friendship forms. Pepper begins to see that Hashimoto is not an enemy, but a man who has also lost family to the war. Their bond grows quietly, away from the hatred of the town. As Pepper continues checking off tasks on his list, helping the poor, showing kindness, offering forgiveness, he becomes more confident in his faith. But his actions don't go unnoticed. Tension grows when London and others attack Hashimoto's home in anger. London is arrested, and Pepper is left confused and ashamed. He begins to question whether doing the right thing is worth the pain it causes. Despite everything, Pepper keeps going. He brings food to the hungry, helps strangers, and clings tightly to the belief that each good act brings his father closer to home. But reality keeps pushing back. His mother grows weary, the town grows crueler, and Pepper begins to realize that faith isn't magic. It doesn't work like a spell. When Hashimoto is brutally attacked by angry townsmen, the consequences become horrifyingly real. Pepper is forced to confront the fact that good intentions don't always prevent tragedy. His faith begins to crack, but it doesn't break. Instead, it deepens, becoming quieter, heavier, and more painful. At the same time, news spreads that the war may be nearing its end. Pepper believes his faith is working, but then comes the crushing blow. Official word arrives that James has died in captivity. The world collapses collapses around him. All the belief, all the hope, all the good deeds. They didn't save his father. At the funeral, Pepper is inconsolable. He feels betrayed, not just by life, but by faith itself. The list he once clung to now feels meaningless. He wonders if believing was a mistake. In grief, he places the list on his father's grave, believing his journey is over. Yet even in loss, something changes. Hashimoto survives his injuries and speaks gently to Pepper, helping him understand that faith is not about controlling outcomes, but about love, sacrifice, and hope, even when answers never come. It's not about miracles. It's about who you become while waiting for one. Time passes. Wounds begin to heal. Emma learns to stand again. London grows more compassionate, and Pepper begins to see the world not through fear, but understanding. He learns that courage isn't loud, and strength isn't size, it's heart. Then in a stunning turn, the truth emerges. James never died. A mistake was made. His boots were taken by another soldier, leading to the wrong identification. Against all odds, he is alive. The impossible becomes real. The family rushes to the hospital. When Pepper finally sees his father again, the moment is overwhelming. Tears fall freely as they embrace. A reunion born from suffering, patience, and love. It's not magic that brought James back, but faith carried them through the waiting. James returns home, changed but alive. The family is whole again, not because the world became perfect, but because they endured it together. Pepper no longer needs a list or proof. He understands now that faith isn't about controlling outcomes. It's about believing in love even when the world feels cruel. The town slowly begins to heal too. Old hatred loses its grip. People begin to see each other not as enemies, but as humans shaped by pain. Pepper's journey leaves a quiet mark on everyone around him. His story becomes one of resilience, compassion, and belief. Not belief in miracles, but belief in humanity. And though he remains small in size, his heart carries a strength far greater than anyone could measure. If this story moved you, inspired you, or made you feel something deep inside, make sure you like this video, subscribe to Great Animation Recaps, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another powerful story like this. Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell us, what part of this journey touched you the most?